the Rensselaer Environmental Coalition, or the REC, regarding the Dunn Landfill. You've already heard from Bob Walton of REC in the past. Bob is at the school board meeting tonight. He's making the same request that I am here tonight at the school board. So first, I just want to level set regarding the Dunn Landfill with some facts. So the Dunn Landfill, as mentioned, is owned by the Texas-based private corporation Waste Connections. They are a $40 billion corporation. They are the only party to be profiting from the situation. The landfill accepts C&D debris from across the Northeast U.S. The landfill is less than 1,000 feet from the school building. It is separated from the school by a chain link fence. We have heard that students can see and smell the landfill from their classroom hallways. The DEC renewed Dunn's operating permit, as we know, 8 days before the cumulative impact part of the New York's Climate Leadership and Community Protection, or CLCPA, would have applied. The CLCPA is a law was specifically written to analyze how to potentially prevent poor communities from becoming overburdened with high concentrations of pollution. And then rather than working to align with that law, DEC appears to have just avoided it by renewing the permit 8 days early. So DEC does not appear to even be interested in how pollution from the Dunn landfill might cumulatively burden Rensselaer, much less the students in that school. It's my opinion and many other opinions in the city. And we have a dump next to the public school here because the city of Rensselaer is lower income, because half of the students that go to that school are minority from immigrant families. It's my opinion that Waste Connections knew Rensselaer would have a hard time fighting the landfill, and here we are still fighting about it. There's a lot of infighting in the city. So I just want to reiterate something that REC has said many times. REC is a nonpartisan group. We're not interested in placing blame within the city of Rensselaer. We are interested in holding New York State and Waste Connections accountable. If we cannot come to some consensus within our own city about the Dunn landfill, then we do not stand a chance against the mega corporation that is Waste Connections. I think we are united by the simple fact that it is not normal to have an industrial landfill co-located with, like, basically touching K-12 school. So that brings us to today. I am here to ask for this council's endorsement of a letter sent on April 28th from REC to the New York State Department of Health. That letter was sent by Bob Welton to the Department of Health, Commissioner James McDonald. All the members of the council should have received a copy. The mayor received a copy as well. I'm going to submit a copy of the letter for the record here. So the letter argues the extent of air pollution at the Rensselaer City School District potentially caused by the Dunn landfill is not yet fully understood. The letter asks the Department of Health to begin investigating what's coming out of the landfill into the air, where it's going, how might a student who's been cumulatively exposed during their entire adolescence, how might they be impacted. We chose to put the onus on the Department of Health because 2 years ago, they released a statewide health equity plan. In that plan, they defined health equity as no one, this is a quote, no one being limited in achieving optimal health because of who they are or where they live. So the Department of Health is setting a statewide standard of health expectations. I think it's our job as residents here to enforce that standard in Rensselaer, because so far, any testing that has been done by DEC has been at our and the city's request. It wasn't until we demanded the air monitors that were placed at the school, It wasn't until we started complaining about the dust and the odors that they started spraying and capping the landfill more. Those are things we had to drive internally as a community. And it won't be until we demand that New York State start quantifying the impact of the Dunn landfill that we will know the full extent of its pollution. So the state must start performing its due diligence in Rensselaer, and specifically with that school. This letter to the Department of Health demands more answers from New York State. So with that said, I am asking the council to state their endorsement of the request this letter is making. Previously, the council, the city, former mayors have all been tremendous partners in the past when it came to the landfills. We're asking for that partnership again. I do just personally think it is important that our dissension to and questions about the Dunn landfill continue to be just on the record. Thank you.
Thank you.